All right, I wanted to make a video on sobriety. Now, this is something that is dear to me. Someone who's been managed to sober themselves off certain things in the past, nothing serious, but just being able to see the difference between how people are when they're intoxicated off certain substances, if it's alcohol, cannabis, other drugs, of when you don't have people close to you, people in your family who've gone through those, that lifestyle and the effects it has on certain people. Now, I'm someone who's quite sober, other than for alcohol. I do like my beer, but other than that, that's the only thing I touch really is alcohol. I like a pint. I'm English, my dad's English, so, I was raised up having a sip of my dad's pint, so I'm quite in that respect, always liked a lager or ale or a Guinness. I like my pints, I like my cigarettes as well. But I'm kind of like an intermittent drinker or a binge drinker. I don't drink during the week. And I won't only drink if I go out on the weekend. And that won't even be every weekend. But it might be a binge or it might be light, depends. But it has its impact. Now, one of the things that really clicked for me with alcohol, and by no means have I stopped drinking. Well, I've been sober for about a week now, but by no means have I made any mad progress recently anyway. But one of the things that really clicked for me in terms of the effects alcohol has on you. Now, I feel people obviously talk about sleep and other things like that, and weight increasing, putting on weight. But one of the big ones that really hit for me was on one of Andrew Huberman's podcasts, where he said how when you drink alcohol, it reinforces certain habits in a certain area within your brain that deals with the habits you pick up and drop. So he was saying how drinking alcohol will reinforce all habits you already have. So if you're someone who has bad habits already, then drinking alcohol, and he says this is even just one drink, it makes those pathways stronger within your brain. Now, for a time, there was a time where I was trying to get out of a rut, and I'd do well for like a week. I wouldn't drink, I'd go to the gym every day, I'd eat really healthy, I'd be studying, I'd be very efficient at work. And then what would happen was I'd go out for a drink, and as you all know, next morning you're hungover, you'd have a kebab the night before. That next day would be filled with degeneracy, it would be filled with takeaways, lying in bed, just wasting the whole day away. And then the next day I'd feel semi-better, but it would carry on into the next week for the next 3-4 days, where I'd be trying to build myself back up to where I was the prior week, where I was doing very well. And then I'd get there and it would almost be a reset. And it's not like that I went out drinking every weekend, but every other week was enough for me to reset all the progress I've made. So it was almost like I was taking 2 steps forward, 1 step back kind of thing. And that really clicked it for me. Because I always used to think, why when I drink, I find it so hard to carry on my good habits? And after watching that Andrew Huberman podcast, it just really clicked for me. So that's one of the things I'm dealing with at the moment. I'm trying to really stop drinking alcohol for the meantime. I say that because I do like a drink, but this season in my life, I just want to be sober. The winter's coming. I just come from a holiday in Ibiza. That was absolutely amazing. Another story to get into about that experience. But I really need to master my sobriety at the moment. So that's something I'm really focusing on. I'm focusing on my health, my physique. I want to bulk at the moment. And really just getting my diet dialed in. So, yeah, I'll keep you updated. Anyone else who's going through or struggling with getting sober, you're not alone. I'm always failing. It's very easy. Someone's like, mates, like, come, let's go out and get a pint. It's so easy to go out and have one. Yeah, but that's my plan at the moment.